Ladies and gentlemen, here's another story of all American workers terminated and replaced with foreigners. Let's get into it. Fired Americans say Indian firm gave their jobs to H-1B visa holders. Mm-mm-mm. And they are accusing them of race and age discrimination. A U.S. visa program for skilled foreign workers has long stoked concerns over American workers losing their jobs to lower paid foreigners. Now, a group of Americans that were professional and had a lot of experience are accusing an Indian outsourcing giant of firing them on short notice and filing many of their roles. So they took their roles in the country in the company and gave it to people they brought in from India on H-1B visas. So the American workers, they worked for a company called Tata Consultancy Services. And now the American workers that all got terminated said they illegally discriminated against them based on their race and age, firing them and shifting some of their work to lower paid Indian migrants on temporary work visas. Since late December, at least 22 workers have filed complaints with the EEOC Commission against TCS, whose clients have included dozens of big American corporations. So, who were these employees? They said the American employees, now or former employees, were Caucasian, Asian Americans, and Hispanic Americans. All age range between these three groups of employees was 40 to 60 years old. Living in more than a dozen US states, many had masters of business administration or advanced degrees, according to the complaint, which were viewed by the Wall Street Journal. So now the companies often conducted layoffs that affected workers with more seniority. So they got rid of really the ones that were getting the biggest pay. Those are the ones they got rid of. And the employees, the former employees, are saying they broke the law by targeting them based on protected characteristics such as age and race. They said the company move demonstrated treatment. They preferred these Indian workers over the US workers. So, a spokesperson for the company, of course, denied everything and saying it was not unlawful. And, that's all they did. TCS has a strong record of being an equal opportunity employer in the US, acting with integrity in its operations. I noticed they didn't have any Black employees. The only ones that got laid off were Caucasian, Asian, and Hispanic. Tata Group. All right. So it's the largest IT service firm with revenue with more than 600,000 global staff, mostly in India. Although the company generates about half of its revenue in North America, it typically employs a much smaller workforce in the US, comprising staff who often have face to face meetings with their clients. The Washington, D.C. based EEOC enforces federal laws that prohibit discrimination in the workplace and can pursue federal charges. An EEOC spokesman declined to comment, citing confidentiality. So, I mean, we're seeing a lot of these discrimination lawsuits cropped up. We heard about Tesla, 6,000 Black employees suing for racial harassment. And, yeah, no wonder why Elon wants to not talk about race. He is steeped in these discrimination lawsuits, he's always in the midst of it. Many big US tech companies such as Google, Microsoft, and Meta platforms. And, they are another group of companies that use H-1B visas to employ staff who attract high wages if they're here in the US. But they have faced less criticism for doing this. So Congress allows roughly 85,000 new H-1B visas each year, with applications often far outstripping that number. So the former employees, they're saying despite the years of positive reviews, often they receive bonus for their work. And yeah, well, they're being discarded now. And some of them said they knew something was wrong because, they were abruptly removed from projects that they normally would work on. And so I guess they're upset because they've been replaced with foreigners. And on top of that, they didn't get much notice. But you know what, y'all? Get used to it. Get used to it. This place have thrived on cheap labor, or labor they didn't have to pay at all. And, history will always repeat itself. These folks believe in driving you, they're slave drivers. And why should I say it a better way? They're slave drivers. And this is their history. So they always want to get a bunch of labor out of you for the lowest amount of wages. If they could get away with making you work out here and not pay you at all, trust me, they would be all over it. You can't expect better from a slave nation. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.